Hey there, fam. I hope that you have been having a wonderful day. Unless your day is just getting started and then, well, I'm here to tell you it's going to be great. Why? Because I said so, all right? Here's your daily tarot. Okie dokie. Pardonnez-moi, froggy. Let's get going. All right. Oop. You think that one wants to play with us? Jeez Louise, sliding right on out there at the threshold. Ooh. What does it mean? I want to do one more. The shapeshifter. Well, if it's not the shaman, then it's the shapeshifter. Thank you, Froggy. Alrighty. First, we'll go with the threshold. The door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. And when this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one. However, you have arrived at a threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. Boosh, let's fucking go! All right. Where it requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. Bye. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may recognize you. Oh, sorry. It says some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. Interesting. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. Let's go. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step toward the future that calls you. Wow. So I'm just saying, this is the first time I've pulled this card. And, you know, that's cool. With the shapeshifter. Get out of here. Okay, moving on. Crossing a threshold may not always be voluntary. Hey, listen. Sometimes we're thrown across the boundary through the circumstances far beyond our control. Either way, we cannot go back. I'm just like imagining like your guardian angel, your spirit team, your ancestors, whoever, right? Just picking you up and just, get the fuck over there, man. I've been trying to talk to you. You know, take me seriously? You want to get cocky? Fine. In Hindu mythology, Ganesh is the ultimate gatekeeper. Oh, crap. All right. Okay. Look, like that's a lot. Look to the great elephant god for support. Hecate, Janus, and Mention. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of those. It's like, you know, when you see the word or the name on a page, it's totally different from having to say it in front of possibly well, anyone. They're also watching over you. Boy, I like tried to digress so bad right there, didn't I? Growth, individuation, ease in the liminal. Unless dark, and that's resisting, a refusal to grow, barriers and boundaries. Okay. Alrighty then. Keep your secrets. 15. Oop, almost. This one I may have seen a few times recently. I'm just, you know, whatever. I admit. The trickster, the elusive, the formless, the shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long-term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. Why does she gotta call me out for dancing? Like, what's that about over here? Hello? Where are my fellow dancers at? My goodness. The shapeshifter. It's related to the mask. Not this time. The ultimate shapeshifter works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. So those two coming together is at the same time is very interesting. Listen, I have a feeling that we're just continuing that theme of, yes, everything's great, everything's groovy, but you don't know, you're not used to navigating non-emergencies, non-stress, and needing to be able to handle everything as it happens. You know, what if you can just, are you the type of person who will go on vacation and then not really rest? Whether you're just lounging or every minute is micromanaged and planned out. Oh my goodness gracious, what? I'm too chill for that kind of crap. You do you and enjoy yourself as long as you're enjoying yourself. You know what I mean? Then I have nothing to complain about and be like, hey, why you do? I guess let this be a reminder that just chill. Figure out what that means for you. Figure out what that looks like for you. And chill. Come what may, because you know how to handle it. Right? All right. Moving on to the believe in your own magic oracle deck. Alrighty then. Oh, look at all that yellow. Whoop. Goodness gracious, what is up? What? There was a weird sound for a moment there. Almost like a breathing. Interesting. It's probably just my bracelets, right? Okay. This, if I'm not mistaken, is a card about healthy coping mechanisms and such. And making sure you're not losing yourself in them. Listen, if you're like me and you struggle with time blindness, good luck. But you know, don't be afraid of yourself. Don't be so, and this is at the bottom of the deck, don't be so quick to lose yourself. You know what I mean? To lose track of time. Don't be afraid of your own voice, your own life, and your own possibilities. Don't escape your possibilities. Let's see. The 82. Everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows. Some of us like to listen to music. Some of us read. And some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may. I'm getting the vibe that someone's struggling to let go of the tower moment. What, are you going around collecting the dust as it tries to settle all around you? Like, what's the point of that, right? Nah. You're comfortable even in the turmoil. And that's something to heal. And that's okay. Because it's time to move on. Yeah. So says that vehicle thing. Motorcycle. There are a lot of motorcycles in my neighborhood. But there are also a lot of loud vehicles, so I don't know anymore, man. Okay. I've said before that it feels lately more like a returning to self. Dusting off the cobwebs and accepting the scars. You know, whether the wound healed well or not. It's a part of you now. And when it's healed, that means you can do stuff again, right? Once those bones heal, it's no longer an open freaking wound. Stop pouring salt in your own wounds. What are you doing? Right? Don't be afraid of how good it can get. You know you want it. You know you crave it. You've been dreaming of it your whole life. But just because you don't know it doesn't mean the fear gets to control. Fear is just illusion. You know, we think that, it's survival instincts. Like, know which spiders are poisonous, right? Know which snakes, what is it, venomous and proper terminology, Amy, come on now. But you know what I mean, right? You've been learning this whole time, right? Gaining all of that wisdom. It's meant to enable you now. Wow, right to it. You've been made to believe that your voice, that your unique point of view in this world isn't worth very much. Let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. Your words are worth all the stars in the night sky. So don't forget to sing whenever you have the chance. Your voice is powerful enough to sink a dozen spaceships. I'm focusing on all the stars in the night sky. What's the deal about that, right? I was just watching, listen. I may have, I like to dip my toes into astronomy and stuff here and there. It's really cool. And the question, it was like someone asking one of the original dudes, not Buzz, but I think his name was Charles, that actually walked on the moon, and a bunch of non-believers, he was answering their questions basically. And one of the things that people keep talking about, the dark side of the moon. And they were like, well, that's one of the ways that we know that the moon landing and stuff wasn't real, because you can't see any stars. And they're like, well, yeah, because it was daytime. You know what I mean? But just because it's daytime doesn't mean that the stars and all these planets and all these things aren't still there. That's what I've said about ghosts this whole time. What do you think? They're only there at night? Come on now. Some beings just prefer the night. There's a difference. Doesn't mean they're not still there in the middle of the dang day. Right? Just because you're struggling to see the incredible things going on, I think you already know. I think you're aware. I think you're thankful for what you do have. you know, roof over your head, food in your tum-tum, whatever it may be now at this time, right? But just because you can't see, this has been like a running theme lately, right? Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not true. Just because things aren't happening exactly when you expect them to doesn't mean it's not coming, especially when we're talking about like 10 of Pentacles kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about 10 of Pentacles, that's going to take some time. That's not just right now. That's not just instant gratification. That's life. That's lineage. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh, Chip. You're like the gift that keeps on giving with that face. Do you even know? Listen, you've been through some stuff. I'm never going to discredit you. But those are swords. You've learned a lot. Maybe you're the one making off like a bandit in the end. Everyone's playing their games and doing their bullshit. You're staying true to yourself. Trying so hard to stay like, keep your sanity intact. You know, when it counts. But you gotta let it go, right? What's going on here? Wow. Have the strength for that kind of balance. Because something's telling me that you're capable of it. Okay? I think you're capable of more than you even realize. Like, have people told you you're too smart for your own good? Well, stop being so dang self-destructive about it, eh? To whoever that applies. We're just going to forget that the word kindred is in the title and stuff and move on. All right, we're moving on. Listen. Fuck around and find out. What doesn't belong in your life doesn't have to be there. If you got to burn bridges, so be it. They're on their own paths. We're all on our own paths, and that's okay. Maybe we're going to meet back up again in 5, 10, 20 years and be like, holy crap, it's so good to see you. What have you been up to? And then as the person talks, like, oh, that's right. That's why I stopped hanging out with your ass. But then they end up being like your bestie in the nursing home. I don't know. Like, who knows? Are you open to the possibilities is more what I'm curious about. Oh my goodness. That was like, poof, poof. Look at me. And then we have those. I'm not getting apathetic vibes right now from this card, though. I'm getting like, don't get so wound up in the loops in your head that you can't even see when that of the Wheel of Fortune happens. You know what I mean? Which I think it's already happened. I think we're just having difficulty seeing. Maybe it hasn't exactly happened yet. The thing, the true catalyst. Things are in motion. Don't worry about it. But the true catalyst, right? Don't be so hyper-focused on anything, I guess, that you're not even, you know, you're not even aware that it's go time. You're not even aware that that was the thing. You've already, like, some people are like, I just need a lavender. Some people are like, I just need a sign. Meanwhile, they're getting all of the signs, right? It's time to get out of waiting mode. What you waiting for? You're reborn. Like, it's this, we're on. It's on, dude. On like Donkey Kong. You know, like, let's go. Let's fucking go. Ooh, you've been burdened. You've been, you know, needing to freaking zone out. Maybe you've been in hermit mode and just trying to nose to the grind, just trying to do what you're, you know, but you're almost done. You're almost there. This is the end of the struggle. Balance, shapeshifter. Balance. What the fuck did I say? What did I say? Boosh. Bottom of the deck is the motherfucking tower, apparently, fam. Goodness gracious. Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Wow. What did I say? It's being handed to you. Look at that. Oh. Just bloop. Hopes and dreams coming right up. Ooh, okay. This one could go either way. It's either like a work partnership or someone that, like, maybe it could be subtle and somebody just says something and it clicks and you're like, holy crap, I'm so thankful. Like, I'm thankful that Naya introduced me to Neville Goddard, for sure. Holy cow pie, Batman. But I feel like this is an actual, like, partnership. Like, maybe you're gonna meet someone who's like, hey, I dig what you're doing. I want to invest in you, or how can I help? I think that, you know, we all have our flaws, but we also have our assets, right? Where's the yin to your yang? But it's all like good vibes and stuff, you know, acceptance. That's not the judgment, you know what I'm, So maybe since it lined up, it could be like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, blah, blah. Epilogue, or not epilogue, introduction, whatever. Prologue, thank you. So sometimes they're connected and it's the other part of that particular story, but yeah, they're feeling very intertwined. Let's go. Balance. I mean, where's the swords, right? Yesterday did start off with the Queen of Swords, so. Let me just do, okay. There they are. Okay. I feel like I kind of want to do a little bit of not a warning, that sounds too severe, but a reminder to not turn into a freight train. You know what I mean? Like, stick to your thing. You know what you're doing. You've been doing the thing. But because you're being reminded of balance. Don't, like, if you've been burned out, in burnout mode, as my tummy rumbles, you're being reminded to, because this whole, like, idea of putting your blood, sweat, and tears, like, literally into things, I feel is very outdated, very archaic, right? Like it's different now. And yet for some of us, maybe I feel like Generation X, which I'm a part of, is like a bridge kind of generation between the true old school and what we're trying to do now, right? What we've evolved into as human beings with our technology and everything. But there needs to be that balance, you know? If we don't know how it can be, how painful it can be, how heartbreaking and life-changing it can be, how do we get to the Ten of Pentacles? Because the Ten of Pentacles and the Pentacles themselves are not just about money. This is about still being capable of love, still being capable of joy and excitement and adventure, you know, still being alive. Jeez Louise. If only you could take off that blindfold, right? It's like someone's waiting for something to be saved, to be rescued, for somebody else outside of themselves to say, hey, it's okay, just... But my deal with this card and the Hanged Man, quite frankly, if you're new here, is we can't see their hands. I think they're holding on to the ropes. I think they're holding on to both ends because this is self-inflicted. And quite frankly, that blindfold, like, what? Like, it's very resigned to the bullshit. And that's not what we're here for. That's just simply not what we're here for. So this is what's getting in your way. This is, if you feel like the Tower moment, wow. If you feel like the Tower moment is everlasting, it's unending, it's a never freaking ending story, well then, something tells me you know what you gotta do. Heal. Whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like for you. Therapy, meditation, disconnecting, releasing friendships, relationships, that just... Do you still talk to any of these people? Do you still have anything to do with anyone that talks down to you, that insults you, that does the like backhanded compliments? Always makes it some superficial bullshit or something, is always pointing out your weights or any blemish. Or when you want to open up and, like, say you write poetry and you want to show people, but you're at a point now where anytime you go to show people, you just don't. Heal that shit. Let it go. It is officially in your way. Right? I certainly have my own things that I'm working on, don't I? Fam, this began once the tarot was busted out, this began with motherfucking judgment. Rebirth. You've already received the sign, haven't you? You've already, but you keep holding on. You keep, I don't know if you keep thinking it has to be a struggle or what, right? Or if you have to be strong and stoic and have no freaking emotions whatsoever. Like, dude, you have emotions. You're human. Like, if you do, then you do. Not everyone, you know, experiences life like everyone. You know, we're all individuals, even when we have things we can relate to one another about or over. But you still know what I mean, don't you? I really like meditation keeps coming to mind. I don't know if that's for me or for sharing, but I'm sharing it anyway. Hey, meditation is coming to mind for me. Keep meditating. Keep meditating. If you've been using guided meditations or music, let me present to you the challenge of nah. I don't want to say like aim for complete silence, because then any noise that happens, you know, in the neighborhood, right? And everything can become annoying. And I don't want that. I don't want to booby trap you. You know what I mean? You need to give in like it's anime. Oh, what? I got Chopper over here. I don't know if he's on camera. Nope. Nope. My friend messaged me apparently. Right next to Lightning is Chopper from One Piece, who may or may not be in season 2 of the live action on Netflix. Maybe. I'm really curious as to how that's gonna be. Loud ass vehicle number 4. Wow, we got a paragraph coming for us, fam. Look at that. Wow, we received that one yesterday in yesterday's fucking reading. Dang, Kaylani, what? Just because you're not used to everything working out in your favor, everything like really, truly, do you have an Aries in your life? I do. Really, truly working out, like you're in the upswing. And maybe you don't trust that because you haven't, like, I mean, this stuff is here for a reason. It's happened for a reason. And you enabled this. This was your choice. And you've been asking for this. And what lies beyond the freaking tower moment? The freaking world, dude. Just because you're not used to it doesn't mean it can't be love. Doesn't mean that it can't go, whoops, cards are sliding everywhere. Doesn't mean it can't go from this to this. Right? Doesn't mean that it can't go from this to this. Balance. Don't lose touch with your heart, with your emotions and your feelings. Just don't let crap control. Like, keep logic. Handle it. Do it. Do the thing. Continue. See it through. Follow the bleep through, man. Oh my goodness gracious, both of them? Seriously? Wow. You know what to do. Fam, you and I both, we know what to do. Just as long as we're working on it, as long as we're doing the healing process and what that means for us, we're doing it right. All right? We're doing the thing. And it's going to be okay. Please remember how this whole thing began, this whole conversation, okay? You've got this. I love you. And I'll talk to you later.